Alright, we all know that feeling when you say you're gonna do something and you stick to it for a day, maybe 2 days, maybe three, maybe a week, and you end up fucking falling off. That feeling sucks, right? But here's the real reason why you can't commit to anything long term. There's a reason behind it. Now, reason number one is you say you want it, but you always choose comfort instead. Now, say you need to wake up early to go on a run in the morning, but last night you were up late as fuck watching Netflix, just eating fast food, junk food in your bed, and now you're all tired, now your bed's super comfortable. Yeah, of course it's fucking comfortable because you're up late as fuck. You're doing the comfortable shit, okay? So you're stuck in a cycle, and this is what you're stuck in. So you say you want to get in the best shape of your life, build real confidence, fix your sleep, energy, and hormones, and finally stop starting over, right? We all fucking want that. Who doesn't? And what you actually do instead is scroll on TikTok and Instagram for motivation. You're waiting on that burst of motivation to finally get something done. It's not going to come. You need to do it anyways. And you say you'll do it when you have enough time. You're never going to have any time, okay? Life only gets busier. You only get older. You get kids. You get a wife. What are you going to say? You have enough time when you're fucking 60 and retired? Another thing you might do is train hard for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You stay consistent for those 1 or 2 weeks, and then you disappear after you fall off track. How are you ever going to expect to grow if you disappear and go ghost every single time you fall off track? You also might binge at night, then say you'll do better tomorrow. You had a little free time, you got hungry, you binge, you add fucking 4,000 calories, just straight binging. And after that, the next day you're like, oh, I gotta restart. And then you disappear again. That's another thing. You are loyal to the wrong identity. You say you're inconsistent, but you're actually very consistent with the person that you are right now. You're loyal to the current identity, not the future one that you keep talking about. Identity is what you believe is normal for you. That's why every single time you go to the gym, it's out of the normal. But once you shift your identity, every single time you miss a session in the gym, it feels crazy. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? This is not me. That's because your actions always snap back to your identity. And willpower can't be a weak identity long term. So if deep down you still see yourself as a guy who always falls off, you will always fall off. That's how it works. You're loyal to the current identity, even if it's destroying you. Cheap dopamine versus real progress. Cheap dopamine always feels good. You get an instant reward, and it requires absolutely no effort. This could be things like scrolling, porn, junk food, watching Netflix, gaming, endless self-improvement content. Even watching this video, you're getting motivation porn. After you watch this video, don't watch another one. Take some action on something that you know you need to do. Real progress is training when you don't feel like it, cooking instead of eating fast food, going to bed on time, doing the boring tasks for your goals, and saying no to distraction. They suck. They're not fun. But the high effort that goes into real progress has a delayed reward that is so much better than the cheap dopamine. Your brain is wired to choose what feels good now unless you rewire it. So here's the real cost of this and what it's actually doing to you. So you don't trust your own word anymore. You say you're going to do something and you do the complete opposite 2 days later. You're not trusting your word. Every restart destroys your self-respect a little bit more, and you overthink instead of act. You look in the mirror and see wasted potential. You might look in the mirror and fucking hate what you see and say, oh, what if I started a year ago? I would have looked so much better. I would be in the best shape of my life. Yeah, but the most perfect time to start is not a year ago, it's now. So every single time you break a promise to yourself, you're teaching your brain that your word means absolutely nothing. With this belief, you'll start to see yourself as somebody who can't follow through, and that belief bleeds into every single area of your life. This is so much bigger than just getting in shape, staying on top of your goals. People notice when you have a weak identity, and people also notice when you have a strong identity. Which one are you going to choose? So you need to completely destroy your old identity. Fucking stomp them on the ground. Kill that bastard. So step one of doing that is to decide who you're done being. So I can say, I no longer identify as a guy who half-asses things, is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Oh, I don't even really know if this is going to work out for me. I'm just going to try it anyways. Fuck no. All in. Step 2 is minimum viable commitments, or your MVD, your minimum viable day. You need to start with stupidly simple non-negotiables and focus on actions that are so easy that you can't justify skipping. So some examples of these could be 1 workout every 2 days, no excuses. A 10-minute walk daily after a meal, no phone for the first 30 minutes after your wake up, and hitting your daily steps goal, whether it's you're starting 5,000, 6,000, or 8 to 10,000. These could be super simple, and you're not allowed to skip twice in a row. You don't rebuild your identity with massive, unsustainable pushes. You do it with small, boring, ruthless consistency. Step 3 is to build an environment where the old you can't survive. If you're constantly hanging around motherfuckers that are out every single weekend partying, drinking, going to clubs, you're going to become one of those guys. You're the average of the 5 people you hang around. So some examples to set up your environment for success are to set out your gym clothes the night before your workout, or keep junk food out of the house so you're not tempted to binge on anything. Have a default workout you do on your low energy days. So say you don't want to hit the full leg day when it's your leg workout. You could do maybe half of the workout, but as long as you got it in, that's all that really matters. You also want to surround yourself with people that are already living how you want to live. And if you can't fucking find anybody, be by yourself. Romanticize your solitude. Trust me, it's so much better until you find the right people to hang around. If your environment is built for comfort and distraction, you will lose every single time. So here's the full identity shift. So first, you want to see the truth. You've been choosing comfort and cheap dopamine every single time it comes time to do the hard shit. You also want to kill the old identity. So I don't do this, I don't do that anymore. I now associate with this new identity and I do this. Okay, does that make sense? You also want to stack new proof. So your minimum commitments, your steps goals, your water intake, simple shit, and also a better environment. Also a note is, and this is my physique, I'm not saying it's that insane or anything super out of the ordinary crazy, but if you look at something like this and you're already saying to yourself, that's impossible, that can never be me, I can never achieve that. No shit. The version of you that thinks they can never achieve that will never achieve that. That's why you have to shift your identity to the person who already has a similar physique. And then the progress is just inevitable after that. All right? Had a rant, guys. See you on the next one.